They laughed when he bought this garage for $107,000, but had no idea what's inside. Ashley looks at the garage doors, and a shiver runs up her spine. Something was telling her to look inside, but she had no idea what she was about to uncover. She pulls on the garage door, and to her surprise, it opens. Before taking a deep breath, she steps inside, and straight away she gasps out in terror. Ashley Smith and her husband Ricky had lived in their neighborhood for 25 years. It was a glorious place to live in, with perfectly trimmed bushes and white picket fences everywhere in sight. There was nowhere else Ashley would rather live. But one dark night, something happened in this idyllic, picture-perfect neighborhood. And nothing was ever the same again. Ashley's clock struck 1:15 a.m., and she woke up to the sound of a car door being slammed shut outside. That's strange, Ashley thought. There was never any noise at this time in the neighborhood. She rubbed her tired eyes and peered outside her window, and what she saw left a chill up her spine. Across the road from Ashley's home was a garage covered in graffiti that had been unwanted and abandoned for years. Until now. Ashley saw a man get out of a car and open the garage doors. He walked inside and slammed the doors shut behind him. Why would somebody go to their garage in the middle of the night? Something didn't sit right with Ashley. The following morning, Ashley woke up to see the man and his car were still at the garage. Did he not leave all night? As quick as she could, she went over to introduce herself. The man was called Darren, and as hard as Ashley tried to get information out of him, he remained tight-lipped. She asked where he lived, but he shrugged his shoulders, all the while he kept the garage doors shut. What was he hiding? Ashley walked away from Darren and the garage with even more questions than before. She heard the garage doors slam shut, and a chill ran up her spine. Ashley had a gut feeling something strange was going on. Darren was hiding something in that garage for sure. And Ashley was determined to find out what. The following weeks passed, and Ashley was surprised to see Darren at his garage every single day. She had no idea what he was doing in there, but the buzzing sound of a deadly chainsaw was all that she heard for a good few days. He must be working in there, right? Nobody, not even Ashley, could have known what this sinister gentleman man was doing in the garage. For a few weeks, Ashley and a few other neighbors stood on the street, clutching their coffees and laughing at Darren's garage. Did he not have a home? A family? Was he sleeping rough in his garage? From what she could tell, Darren didn't have a job, or if he did, he must work from home, as he was never out on his morning commute. Then one dark night, Ashley saw something. Something she never thought she'd ever see in her perfect neighborhood. It was a dark night, and Ashley made her way up to bed ready for a good night's sleep. But just as she was about to doze off, she heard a loud thud. She ran over to the window, and to her surprise, Darren had pulled up to his garage. He got out of the car and made his way to the trunk. And what he got out of the trunk left an uneasy feeling in Carol's stomach. It was a long and large bag that looked like a trash bag. Ashley couldn't decipher what exactly it was, but she knew there was something inside the bag. It looked heavy, and Darren had to drag it across the road and into his garage. Ashley peered out her window, watching Darren struggle. Then she saw the red liquid that trailed behind the bag. As soon as she saw it, Ashley felt sick to her stomach. It couldn't be, could it? Once Darren had dragged the bag into his garage, he looked up, as if to see if anybody had seen what he had just done. After a smirk crept across his face, Darren walked inside the garage, darkness swallowing him whole, and slammed the garage doors shut behind him. Ashley could feel her heartbeat in her throat as she came to terms with what she had just witnessed across the road. But she had questions. What was he doing in the garage? What was he dragging? What was that red liquid? Ashley had an idea of the answers, but she wouldn't dare admit it. The following morning, Ashley told her husband what she saw, but he just thought she was crazy. But Ashley knew she wasn't. What she saw would forever be ingrained in her mind. She needed to do something, and she needed to be quick. There was only one way to find out the truth. Ashley waited for Darren to leave the garage, and at around lunchtime, she saw him get in his car and drive away. She had no idea where he was going, but Ashley knew she had to be quick. Racing out of her front door, Ashley ran over to Darren's garage. She pulled on the garage doors, and to her surprise, they were open. Without hesitation, she opened the doors and set foot inside the garage. She had no idea what she was about to uncover. You see, this garage was no longer a garage. It was a house. It looked like Darren had managed to transform it into a fully kitted-out home. Every single corner of the garage was incredible. Ashley stood in amazement at what she could see. But why would Darren do something like this? What were his motives? It turned out that Darren was a French photographer who was used to traveling frequently. His work took him everywhere from France to Jamaica, so he wanted a home that was not gigantic but still comfortable. That's when he came across the garage in Ashley's neighborhood. And as soon as he told his family and friends how much he paid for the unwanted garage, they laughed in his face. Darren paid $107,000 for the garage, which was 440 square feet. He thought it was pretty decent considering it was half the price of apartments in the surrounding area. But he was soon mocked for giving this crazy plan a try. But Darren saw potential in the garage and he refused to back down. Darren's refusal to listen to others paid off as the former garage, now home, boasts a kitchen, dining room, living room, work area, bathroom, and even a sleeping loft. Ashley was amazed by Darren's home and his talent. Who'd have guessed that a small garage could be transformed into a full-on home?